near perfect time.
Welcome back, my name is Andy Radford and this is the Edge Thursday Reports coming to you from the Edge's UK studio. Ways you can get involved with the Edge TV broadcast. As mentioned before, you can become a voluntary Edge correspondent. You can go to our forum and state an opinion and view. You can even add to our Edgepedia database. If you have some information you want to get to the wider public, just go to the Edge's news page, and on this page you will see the link called News Hotline. If you click this, you can send an email direct to the Edge's news editorial desk. Alternatively, you can get in touch with the Edge correspondents or any of the show hosts. And don't forget, the Thursday show is the show for the listener, and we can only use your stuff if you send it to us here at theedgeam.com. And now, Edge correspondent Stuart Harrison's special report called The Strong Delusion's Big Picture and Its Purpose. Here is Edge correspondent Stuart Harrison.
Hello to all Edge listeners. This is Edge correspondent Stuart Harrison, aka Watchman X. I am making this presentation in the name of Yahushua Messiah and in the name of truth, and I've called it The Strong Delusion's Big Picture and Its Purpose. I want to start by stating once again that I used to be a fundamentalist Christian, and I used to believe that the Holy Bible was 100% the Word of God. So I fully understand any initial reactions to what I am going to say tonight, especially by Sunday church-going Christian types, and maybe Muslims. I have over the last 12 years been shown that the only reason I held to this fundamentalism was due to religious programming and peer pressure. As I have described in my book, The Spirit of Jezebel, The Mystery of Iniquity and the Strong Delusion, it was not until I willingly laid everything down at the Creator's feet and asked Him to teach me from His foundations up that I have been freed of this bondage. I have been called a heretic by fundamentalists, but what we must remember is that the word heretic came into use via the Roman Catholic Church as a way of labelling anyone that did not fall into alignment with their version of the Holy Bible. It is a historical fact that most of the true teachings of Yahushua and the books of the 12 real apostles were suppressed, and in their place was put the philosophical books accredited to Rome's servant Paul. That is indisputable, and anyone trying to must simply take a hard look at this subject and ask themselves the question: exactly why do I believe in Paul as much as I do the Messiah? There is only one real answer to that, and I think it's a three-part answer. So A, I believe the Bible is 100% the true Word of God, and therefore blindly accept that the Road to Damascus story was a true event that converted both Saul and Luke. B, the day of Pentecost is also in the Bible, of course, and so we blindly accept that as being from God also, and because we see similar manifestations in the churches today. C, people have been in the churches long enough to start believing whatever preachers say and do, and the masses wrongly believe that going to a church is where they expect to learn about whom and what God is. Well, they're supposed to know after all, right? One thing I have never witnessed is the testing of the spirits that bring about these Pentecostal manifestations. All events of a so-called gift nature are taken automatically as being from the Creator without question. This easy acceptance is a deadly faith that blinds. When Messiah said this in Matthew 18 verse 3, "Firmly I say to you, except you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven." He did not mean to blindly accept everything as children do from their parents, like they do in the churches. He meant that we must be free of all falsehoods and deceptions, as children are before their minds are polluted. Free of religion, in other words. That's right. I am saying that all and any religion is a mind pollutant, because it was given to us by the serpent races via Nimrod, Semiramis and Tammuz of ancient Babylon. It's for this very reason that so many Israelis use the Talmud and Kabbalah today. It was the serpents that originated religion. I have written about the high priest to Nimrod called Anak of the Anunnaki briefly in my book. The Jezebel book shows how Rome and the Pharisees interfered and created this version of the Bible. Mr. Craig Wynne has also explained in great detail how the Vatican was responsible for the creation of Islam as well, and is found in the Edge's archives. It's nothing new to realise that both books are just a confusing blend of pagan lies mixed with core truths. The Bible is actually just one important part of the strong delusion itself. The key to understanding the strong delusion, and just why it is that the Creator has to be so harsh during the tribulation, is the Bible story concerning the matter of Peor. Knowing this story will lead to an understanding of exactly what both books, and therefore both faiths, have become. The matter of Peor can be read about in the Jezebel book on page 26. The story is from the book of Numbers, chapter 31. Basically, this is the story of how the Semitic tribes became infected with false spiritual beliefs. This came about because the people began sexual relations with the pagan women of the land and started worshipping their gods, their idols, and used their rituals, especially the sexual ones taught by Balaam. His fornication of Balaam wasn't just physical, it was spiritual fornication, which is far more offensive to the Creator. Numbers 31:16. Behold, these caused the children of Israel, through the counsel of Balaam, to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Not a physical plague, not a physical disease, a spiritual one. The plague was their acceptance of Baal and Balaam's lies. It was a deadly poison to the Semitic tribes and had to be cut out immediately.